So, welcome again. I'm GM. I'm your host tonight. For those who don't know me, and I'm excited to start the first EAC meetup presentations that we're gonna have. Before starting, I want to make a confession why I created and organized this event. And that's because I wanted to meet ambitious people who want to build stuff, who want to create a better future. And the only way to do that, I thought, is through an EAC meetup. So, a decentralized movement started by two anonymous accounts on Twitter. Effective accelerationism is a way of maximizing and accelerating technological progress in order to increase civilization and to put it on the stars. Because at some point, we will have to leave this planet, and the only way of doing this is by accelerating and increasing technological innovation. Do I need to point this? Okay. But how do we do that? How do we embrace the exponential curve? And the first answer is through AI. And not only AI, but open source AI. AI that's accessible to everyone and technology that is open access. Because this way, we are going to increase our chances to actually build artificial general intelligence, which in turn will help us research new technologies faster and accelerate development for new electronics, new types of electronics, new types of energy storage system, energy generation, technology, and so on. And the only way to do that is by accessing governmental funds for research, but also by increasing venture capital investments to put those technologies on the market and commercialize them faster. But also we need to promote and defend the right to privacy and freedom of speech. Okay. Now, what about Europe? How many of you has heard myths about Europe, that we are lazy, that we are too comfortable, that, you know that saying, la dolce vita, it's a European saying. How many of you have heard that Europeans aren't ambitious enough? But is it true? Based on some stats by Ameco, in 2023, Europeans on average worked as much as Americans. And us on the eastern side, we actually led the charge with the most worked hours. But there is something wrong. The European regulators, and I think we all know that we like to overregulate stuff and to make things complicated for everyone, and in turn still have forgotten to simplify the legislation in order to create a single market. And these are just some examples of company suffixes in Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, Romania, Germany, basically all the European countries, each with their own legislation, each with their own incorporation procedure, each with their own difficulties of navigating this type of structures. And on top of that, we are also fragmented by culture, we are divided by tradition, and we are also separated by language. And this in turn actually makes European founders leave the continent and go for the promised land, where Europeans are actually the single largest group of founders. Only in 2022, where they founded entire companies. And even after Brexit, if you take United Kingdom and if you even take other countries that aren't in the European Union, we are still on top. And look, there's Romania, for example. So even this type of myth has been broken. And over time, these things add up. And since our IT revolution, which happened in the 90s, Europe has been lagging behind, and now it's actually the third largest market by GDP as a region. And if you look at the global stock market, we only hold like 11%. The European Union only holds 11%, and the biggest company is like a luxury conglomerate. So Louis Vuitton, for example, not even a technology company. And if you look at the top 100 technology companies globally, Europe only has 14. The European Union only has 10. And we don't even take the first 10 spots. So how do we prevent becoming this meme? And I think you already know where I want to go. European accelerationism. And we already have a Discord community, which is almost 2K strong. Everyone around from Europe, we actually have a representative from there. And yeah, if you want to join, you can actually scan this QR. If you want to, or you can also talk with Andreas Klinger. But we have many initiatives which people are working on, but the two major initiatives are trying to solve the problems that I just shown you before. One is having EU Inc., which will be a unifying law that will try to simplify entrepreneurs' road to market and make incorporation possible everywhere and everywhere in Europe. And of course, a European equity standard similar to the SAFE agreement, which is going to be like a single agreement form between shareholders and startups in order to make more investments accessible to everyone. So I will invite you, if you want to see this dream happening, to join the community. But now, what about Romanian accelerationism? First, I really wanted to do a logo, so this is why I made it. But the second reason is that we still need to think European. And I think this is like a mindset shift that needs to happen in every country in Europe. But at least here at this meetup, if we can start thinking more European, more global, and we, as a community, start supporting ambitious people that build new technologies that will help us accelerate further, I think that would be a great start. And for that, I hope by now, at least now, you are more inclined to choose the uninterrupted progress for humanity and make humanity better. Thank you.